telling the viewers that I look like I just came out of the cave. Hey, hey, checked in. Mark the register, mark the register, mark the register. Invite another co-creator to co-host and make a new friend. No. Cash, hey, Cash. Hopefully you're going to be blessing me with cash here, man. Let's go with it. User 139. Ukukhanyo. User 636. Dolly. Dolly, my Dolly. C. Tembiso. Welcome. Samora. TT Sibia. If you're wondering what we're talking about tonight, I'm going to speak a little bit about the science of masturbation. Yeah, I said that. I'm going to speak a little bit about the science of masturbation from this book here, the Dr. Ruth's Encyclopedia of Sex. Kondile. So if brother to grapes, Ntabi Tesh, we are addressing a little bit about masturbation. I know that you guys have been doing it. I'm going to be showing you that the research proves me right. You know? And now, I know you telling people that you don't do it, you know. It is said that 98% of the adults are fondling with themselves. So you tell me, where do you fall? You know what I mean. Nombuso. You know? And I'm going to show you that there's no guilt about it. There are repercussions though, you know. Over and above shame, it's a good sport, but like any other good thing, the too much of it can actually kill you. Anything, 2%, I really struggle to do so. Do you really like struggle to do it or not to? I don't know, to be part of the 2% or to be part of the 98%? Because all of us have different struggles, you know. Yeah, man. But welcome. Happy Soul joined. Ntabitesh, thank you for that. You struggle on doing it. My network is just a little bit up and down. If you've had a little bit of dealings with masturbation, I'm going to read some few things here. Hopefully then we will finish. Because I was on earlier on speaking about the same signs of masturbation. You can find that video on YouTube. If you've been following me, you'll know that we don't really care much about the aesthetics. We're not into visuals, we're into the message. I know that I'm the guy that doesn't look like can speak anything of sense. If you still feeling like that, stick around. And you'll tell me how you feel after 30-35 minutes. You know, I need to warn you, a lot of things that are going to be said if you are being brought under some Bible belt. Some of the things morally might sound a little bit blasphemous. You might be prone to accusing me of going to hell. But until you understand that hell and heaven are nothing but the state of mind. And this is not my words, by the way. Until you understand that heaven and hell are nothing but the states of mind, you'll still be scared about. There's a book here. The name of the book is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. It's the book by Dr. Joseph Murphy. If you don't know this guy and you read books, please get yourself this book. I shared it in a WhatsApp group 3 days ago. In here, Dr. Joseph Murphy speaks about if you're feeling angry, that is what is called hell. If you feel happy, that is what is called heaven. But unfortunately, these things were turned from concepts and they were made places. Now we no longer know, is there really somebody waiting for us after we die because we've had sex before marriage? You know? Or Is wine good? Is smoking good? Is masturbation good? All these things are nothing but things to make you feel guilty about yourself. But my job is to come and show you that you are okay with your mistakes. You are enough. Are you an addict? You're fine, man. Then once you accept yourself, then you start rewriting the program. They call that shadow work. You're going to get to a point whereby you don't even give a fuck. If somebody flies with a broom, if somebody believes in Jesus, if somebody believes in ancestors, it's going to get to a point whereby the line is so blurred that you love them both. That is shadow work. Hey, Nombuso. So who's ready for tonight's topic? Masturbation from this book here. Thank you, Nombuso, for sharing it. If you hear as well, you love what we're talking about, you can double tap your screen. It's good for the likes. You know how people are. They don't like going to empty places. You know, those club hoppers. Back in the days, we used to do club hopping, you know. You'll be there, then you'll be there, then you'll be there, then you'll be there, then you'll be there, you know. We've always went to where there's a lot of people. So when I ask you for likes, I just want to trick their brains like that, you know. They'll see like 10,000 likes, they'll be like, it looks like it's going down in here. But really, we're a bunch of people that got together trying to heal ourselves. Most of the time we do it by unlearning. And if there's anything that is painful, it's knowing yourself. Not like your reactive self, not your angry self, but your loving self, your unconditional loving self. That's why they call it the shadow work. Shadow is dark. Oh yeah, looks like we're back. Maybe TikTok wanted me to go straight to reading. Let's go read then. Let's go read, you know. Masturbation. The drive to experience sexual pleasure is a very powerful one. I recorded this earlier on today. I'm going to be putting it on YouTube, I think, tonight. So you can go further, check it out. It's going to be a little bit of variation of the same thing. But I just want to read some few paragraphs here. I'm not going to read the whole book. The reason why I'm speaking about masturbation, you will know that on your shadow work journey, there are things that are going to start coming up that you never were ready to talk about. There are habits that you saw or you swear that nobody will ever learn of. One of them is this one here. And there's a reason why I'm speaking about masturbation in particular, because once you've been doing some work of trying to heal yourself, your body starts changing. One of the first signals that you're going to get on your conscious journey, if not the first, you're going to start having some uncontrollable levels of libido. Meaning your sexual drive is going to be multiplied by 1 million. You know? And now, the reason for that is the following. Your lower chakra is associated with your reproductive organs, meaning your lower chakra controls your sexual pleasures. If it's red in color, if your lower chakra or your base chakra or your Muladhara, your earth chakra, this is a chakra where it's supposedly, mythologically believed that Kundalini stays there. That's what the Kundalini is all about, that energy, you know. So what happens is, if that part of your chakra or part of your healing process, it's not yet properly balanced, what happens is your chakra starts misbehaving. This is where you get to be a little bit promiscuous, you know. Nanka dlalagayo. So now you play around with it, you know, you're swinging it there, you're swinging it there, you're giving a whole lot amount of piece jobs until you realize that for you to control your sexual urges, you have to do some emotional healing. Because a lot of people that have the root chakra that is not balanced, it tends to play itself out by becoming sexual beasts. And now you don't understand that on a higher fundamental basis, particularly you people that want to open up your third eyes, you know, you chakra hands. This year you're only dealing with things that are of a positive vibration. You don't like anybody that talks about news. You're vibrating high this year. You have to understand, you're not going to go to the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, or whatever the dimension that you want to go to until you deal with your third dimension stories. What are those stories? Self-acceptance. That's one of the biggest ones. Self-acceptance. A lot of people on this earth, even if you're not on a spiritual journey, we hate ourselves to a greater extent. When we speak to ourselves about ourselves, our thoughts towards ourselves are not pure. We somehow subliminally hate ourselves. We don't want to truly accept ourselves wholly. You don't want to know how long it took me to come live on TikTok with my teeth looking like this. You know? And every day I'm like, eish, now I'm going to have to go on TikTok. People are going to be seeing me like this. That, it's the part of the shadow work. Shadow work is nothing but self-acceptance. You embrace your previously rejected things. You probably thought that you're too tall. You probably thought that you're too short. You probably thought that you're too slow. You probably thought that you're too shy. Here's the biggest one. You probably bought into the idea that you are useless. You are not worthy. Now, what you do is, on these things that I'm busy doing on TikTok, wasting people's times and people's datas. By the way, I'm putting all these things on YouTube. But it will be nice to keep it engaged here because I'm recording them on TikTok, sending them straight up to YouTube. If you haven't seen my YouTube page, make it great for the brother. Visit my YouTube page. Even if you don't like what I'm talking about, just follow me, you know. Just want to increase the subscribers there. Nombuso, thank you very much for the roses. Maria, welcome. I know tonight is a Friday. You guys got a lot of shit to do, you know. This guy that you want to meet for the first time, you know. Some of the guys are busy cleaning up the house because a lady's coming for the weekend. Some people are busy getting the bride together, you know. Some people got paid. Woo-hoo! And now here I come, speaking about these spiritual things. And I appreciate the people that have borrowed me their audience, because if there's one of the things that you're going to have to appreciate on this journey of healing or journey of spirituality, you often more times going to find yourself alone, where nobody is going to pitch up for your ass. I remember when I started doing my lives on TikTok, I did it for like 6 months. I only had like 2-3 people tuning in, you know. For me, I always thought that a lot of people have to be into this conversations, until I realized that not all of us are structured the same. When you go watch the movie, Keanu Reeves, The Matrix, the trilogy, actually all the Matrix, they show our dreams. Some of us forget our dreams. Some of us get nightmares. You wake up in the morning and something is looking at you, it's like, oh. Or you have, what is that? Sleep paralysis. You know that sleep paralysis fucked up business? You want to shout, but you're like, oof. You know? So, us as Africans, we've never had a good relationship with dreams. But now, when you go to the Matrix, there's a part whereby Morpheus speaks with Neo. He tells Neo about, there's a Matrix everywhere, Neo. Even now, on TikTok, there's a Matrix, which reminds me of the words of supposedly uttered by Jesus when he said, you can't see the kingdom of God because it's everywhere. So you see, Jesus knew something. You know? But then enough of that. Hey! Luvis King, thank you very much for the follow. Don't mind the number. 1 in consciousness is million. Maya Angelou says that you might look like you come as one, but you come as many. For you guys that are not into ancestors, you know, yeah. Okay, let me get back to the whole subject. So you find yourself very lonely. People have some things to do, man, on a Friday. I know that you guys got something to do. But for you guys lending up the audience, by the way, I'm taking all these videos, I'm taking them to YouTube. They might sound very scrambled, you know, they sound very scrambled. Scrambled in a way that I'm not the guy who believes in proponents of beliefs or religions. The reason being, I'll tell you what's a reason. If you have a belief that you're holding on to, like crystals and candles and rituals, in as much as you left a certain religion, you believing in crystals for them to heal you, to take you where you're supposed to go, or a candle or an incense, whatever, you have now left the church and you are now in a church of crystals. What am I saying? It's not the crystals that have the power. It's not the candle that has the power. It's not the book that has the power. It's not the grandpa that has the power to heal your headache. It's what they call placebo effect. What's a placebo effect? Your mind makes it so. The highest statement of faith. This is what Paul used to speak about. He used to say, speak those things as though, speak those things as though they were. Is it Thor? I see some lightning comment then. Lungster! Oh, the docs are done. We're speaking masturbation. Don't worry. I know that you do it. They might not know, but we all know, you know. From time to time, you play with yourself. Deal with that. You know, so I'm reading up from this book for the people that like doing the research. Encyclopedia of Sex by Dr. Ruth. The drive, I read that. A natural expression of human sexuality. Dogs. As though they were. I think I'm going to go. A natural expression of human sexuality, masturbation may begin in childhood and continue to old age. There's a science now that, yeah? Or it may not. It is popularly believed that masturbation is mainly a teenage phenomenon. But while raging teenage hormones may lead to an increased masturbation activity, it turns out that it occurs in all ages. Among married and unmarried people, and also in the elderly. Why is it that we get bothered so much by our reproductive organs? The reproductive organs tend to go haywire if the root chakra is not properly balanced. Now, before you throw the baby out with the bath water, I know you religious people, every time when somebody mentions up a chakra, you're like, ooh, you too. You know? So let's flip it a bit. What is a chakra? Let's take a scientific approach. A chakra is nothing but where there's a concentration of energy. ESCOM has power stations, but it's ESCOM. Inale Kusile, Inale Midubi, and the dogs are here to, I wonder what's the argument. Foreheads stay flaky. Whew, nice name. Foreheads stay flaky. Foreheads stay flaky. Dogs. I think I'm gonna go. Cool. Oh, by the way, if you're here for the first time or you kind of like love what we're talking about, here's a nice part about this thing. You don't have to take anything for the truth that I'm talking about. Particularly, 99% of the shit that I talk about is nothing but my personal experience. So if I speak about meditation, I'm not selling it to you. If I speak about the candle, I'm not suggesting it to you. I had a lot of issues last week. I started speaking about astral traveling and people went cuckoos. If I handle a certain subject, I'm not necessarily saying that some people must do it. Especially this one of astral traveling. People are saying to me, yo, I see ghosts. Yeah, man. The story about it is, if somebody speaks about a certain thing, let me say you're handling forgiveness, you're dealing with forgiveness, and all of a sudden somebody speaks about chakras. It's okay for you to spend enough time dealing with forgiveness to understand it before you can move to the chakras. Then you finish up with the chakras, then you go to the stones, the crystals. Then you finish up with the crystals, then now you go to the metaphysics. Now the shit is going down. Because metaphysics, it's that science that goes in opposite of the normal science. Metaphysics, it's that science that will tell you that you exist anywhere, anytime. You are a bilocal being. You are a non-local particle. The religions took that because it was too much to explain. This is what religions did. Omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. That's what that means. But now scientists are not yet ready to take that on because it will mean now you and God are actually one thing. And now you don't need anybody to mediate between you and God. Number one, that's a problem because now the churches are going to be like, hey, why do you tell them? Because the thing about the religion thrives a little bit on our ignorance. That is why I'm saying that this is not for a lot of people. And I don't know, should I say fortunately or unfortunately, you started listening to me. You might be going somewhere thought-wise, That's why I was telling, my wife was teasing me this other time. She was like, hey, bro, I think we need to start a church, So I was like to her, hey, I don't think I'll want to be a congregant member where I'm a pastor. Because I'm one guy that can contradict your words until you like, but now I don't know nothing. You can just imagine what's happening in my head. That's why I laugh a lot, particularly when I come and dealing with such issues, which is something I impel people to do. Become like a child again. Have fun while you're healing yourself. Because if you take it too strong, it might break the system, it might break the body. Actually, it breaks the body. There's a concept in Chinese, they call it the Tao. There's a concept in the Tao, they call it the Wu Wei. Alan Watts loves talking about it a lot. Wu Wei, W, Wei. They speak about it a lot in this book, The Sayings of Confucius. If you don't know what the Tao is, I spoke about the book Tao of the Pooh. Hey dogs, actually guys, what's aki? I need to go sort out this. There's a bit of an argument at the back there. So let me go just check it out. In the meantime, you can enjoy the display, you know. Trying to do work here. Damn it. Bro, hey bro, how are you, bro? Don't you guys want to say hi? Don't you want to send some shout out? You're like, hey, shout out to my greaser, man, you know. Hey, bro. Bro before hoes, man. You know how it is. Lee, the first lady, Mujaki. Before you ladies get offended, I get that line from, there's a series, The Silicon Valley. I think you can get it on Netflix as well. Go check them, The Silicon Valley. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Someone cheer. So we were talking about, I'm gonna link up what does masturbation have to do with your spiritual work, because you're probably thinking, but like, I thought we were speaking about masturbation, you know. In as much as you having physical sex, you need to understand that you have non-physical sex. For you guys that have partners on the other side. You know? And yeah, I'll tie it in. But now I wanted to say this quickly. So we're going through a period right now where we're changing genetically. Somehow, if you are privy or have heard this information, you somehow landed it through pain. Somehow, people get into these conversations one time a week. You want me to read you the stats? Because we're talking about it, let me read to answer you. Let me read to answer you. I'll read it for you. Furthermore, 66% of the men and 67% of the women said they agreed or strongly agreed with the statement that masturbation is a natural part of life and continues even in marriage. This view was supported by 63% of the Catholics, 73% of the Jews, and they stopped it there. I don't know about us. You know. So hey man, the number for you, man, you know, different strokes for different folks. But I want to give you just a bit of a tip. For your Kundalini to rise up, you're going to have to conserve a certain amount of sexual potency. I wrote it in a book somewhere. I want to find that name. Yeah, here it is. For males, what makes a baby, it's not really the sperm itself. What makes a baby, it's a solar phallic energy, they call it. Solar phallic energy. Your sperm as a man is coated with solar phallic energy. This is the energy that breaks the ovaries, not the physical sperm itself. It's addictive. You know, I sent the book, probably people slept on it. The name of the book was Your Brain on Pornography. This is a book that was written by a yogi. He was trying to teach you something. It's not for me to say what's right and what's wrong. Hey, bruh, it's your hands, Mus. You know, hey, man, you know, you can work it as much as you want. I mean, the Catholics have agreed. It turns out Catholics are nuns and priests. And that guy there, where is he? I had him earlier on. Oh, here is him. So the sperm is coated with what they call solar phallic energy. That's what makes a baby. That energy, it has everything written Kundalini over it. What's Kundalini? Vital life force, the energy. This is the energy that beats your heart. Have you ever stopped maybe and asked yourself, how would it be if you were to be asked to control your heartbeats? How would it be to, every minute, your brain uses 900 milliliter of blood. It travels through the brain. What do they call it? Is it the gut-brain barrier? Something like that. Pornography. Go read that book, Your Brain on Pornography. The sexual arousal that you feel, they call it an orgasm. Or it leads to an orgasm, hopefully. Because unfortunately, when you start speaking about sex, just like masturbation, just like constipation, a lot of people are still shy to talk about them because the churches. Maybe there's pastors here. You can call me to order. You know. But then it's fine. I read about religion last night that the religions that we have, they were broken into two. Last night we spoke extensively about Christianity. I think the video is already on YouTube, where I gave a breakdown of how religion supposedly started. I get it from this book here. The Religion's Book. You see now. Refilwe, thank you for the follow. You know, it's a Friday, it's a bit slow. People give likes when they want to, you know. And then you know. By the way, if you wanna be part of the class, we're having the classes starting on Monday. The people that are in a WhatsApp group, they know what I'm talking about. If you are here for the first time, the name of the class or the subtitle of the class is Energy at Work. A lot of us have done a lot of healing. Everywhere you go these days, everybody's talking about healing, you know. Yeah, man, you know, this year I'm healing, bro. Some people have been healing now for 10 years. we have to start appreciating the fact that when you heal yourself, you make available a certain amount of energy. Healing is the first part. It's the first part because your brain or your subconscious brain learns in 3 ways, in case you didn't know. The same subconscious mind that everybody talks about, what this guy speaks about, what Dr. Norman Vincent Peale speaks about, Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks about, Bob Proctor speaks about, Adam Clayton Powell speaks about, Tony Robbins speaks about, Eric Thomas speaks about, everybody's speaking about subconscious mind. What the heck is a subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is that area of yourself that is dark. They call it a cave. This is where all your traumas are, your addictions, You know you want to have sex, but church said you shouldn't have, So all those parts that you didn't give the light, they are staying there. They are looking at you. That's why they say when you backslide at church, you do all the wrong things. Yeah, man. When you backslide at church, you do all the wrong things. Everything that you've always wanted to do. They say to you that this is the devil coming with legends to you. That is nothing but the repressed part of you. Anytime when you repress something and you don't want to give it full expression, even including your emotions, this pretending bullshit business ain't gonna get us nowhere. That's why people kill one another, because everybody is in a line of pretense. But I blame the social medias. They give us a lot of filters. I blame them. But hey, what can you say, man? Everybody loves social media, bro. If I speak about Kundalini, some people still have the nerve to tell me they haven't seen it in the news. I'm like, oh my word. So the news validates your existence. Oh, Jesus. You need salvation. There's not much that I can do with you if you operate if you're operating from that standpoint, if you still believe that the government has your shit. Damn, you ain't shit, nigga. But let me stop being naughty. Let me get to the point. Oh, by the way, here's how I get to have fun with this. You don't have to believe anything that I say. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not discouraging anybody from not going to church. Lesego, why are you coming up with such a fucking bold claim? But that's interesting to hear, eh? But if you've been doing the work, you know that the shit is going down, so you're watching it like this. You're watching it like this. Churches are burning down and people are burning apart. You're like, a lot of people are dying. Internal combustion. By the way, there's a book. The name of the book is Internal Combustion. Right now, everybody's going through what they call the most catalytical change you've ever seen. They call them the light body activations. The shit is a party, bro. People are seeing ghosts. Some people are having nightmares. They're like, oh no. But they have Jesus who gives them. Yeah, no. You can learn from your experience from others. A lot. So, if you've been listening to the news or watching the news, the masters in this, they'll tell you that the matrix is falling apart. Trying to fix something that is unfixable. You know, you're trying to stop it here. You go to TikTok, people are speaking about chakras. You're like, oh my word. You go to YouTube, people are speaking about shadow work. You're like, what the fuck? You go to Twitter, people are talking about enlightenment. You're like, okay, when are we going to stop this thing now? This thing is oozing from everywhere. Shit is real as daylight. You know? So yeah, man. I have learned that auto-suggestion feed the subconscious mind. What does it mean? Hey, when? Why are you going around learning such things? Get yourself this book. It will explain it in depth. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's a chapter here where he speaks about auto-suggestion. What's an auto-suggestion? No matter how much you guys can tell me that my teeth are not straight, in my head they're straight. Let me say that again. No matter how much you can tell me that my teeth are not straight and they're crooked, in my head they're straight. Shiny, very charming. What is that? Auto-suggestion. What other people say about you, you play them Big Sean's song. I don't give a fuck with you. That is shadow work. Oh, auto-suggestion rather, sorry. Nombuso. Oh, no, Valencia. So yeah, we're still here. It's a Friday, taking it nice and easy. I know there are people that only start drinking on Friday, so get your savannah, sit down with us. This is not a church, no guilt. If you are into something that is green, that burns, roll it up. Yeah. If you are into some mushrooms or if you're into some acid, smoke it up. Let's go. Madlameni. I actually even forgot what I was talking about. Let's do this rather. Anybody that wants us to talk about anything, please tell me what you want us to talk about. Because that's what we normally do on Friday, you know. Are you psychic as well? If not, you're still struggling to develop the gift. You know, Lesego, what I've learned with the unfoldment of the spirituality or the gifts. By the way, when you go to Hinduism, they are called the Siddhis, Siddha in plural. What happens with the chakras is, as each one opens, it has a Siddha or ESP in a Western language, extrasensory perceptions, where you can see up the auras, where you can speak with the fairies. You'd be like, whoo, the trees can speak, you know? Hey man, no, so we're trying to deal up with psychic issues here. Let's come and be helping my ass. And now you want us to go back to masturbation. Oh my shit. If you really want your topic to be addressed, Shapata full. Remember back in the days at church we used to do that. If the preacher blessed us, you know, we will all come in large numbers and put the money on the table. We'll be like, yeah. That was our encore. Repeat. So back to the psychic powers. So I do agree with you, Lesego, that sometimes, you know, there are some of the flashes that you get. Particularly, it depends on the modalities of learning. You got people that are visual, you got people that are auditory, you got people that are kinesthetic. The same modalities work in the spiritual world as well. There are people that can see things better. There are people that can hear things better. There are people that can engage seriously with energies. You know? So I do agree with you that, you know, when it's still there, you're like... But sometimes what happens is, if you've been on a journey for so long, a lot of surprises have been happening that sometimes they shock your ass, you know. I mean, you'll be sitting there and you're like, hey man, I feel like I'm floating. And until you understand that, oh, the sense of floating, it's the astral traveling. Oh yeah. Sometimes you might be sitting there and your ears start ringing. They have there's a name for it. It's a condition where your ears start ringing. You know, what do they call it? Come on, man. My brain don't do this to me, man. But there's a condition where your ears will be like. So what I've done for me, maybe for you, you can do it somehow. I've given, or maybe it's because I've trusted the process so much that I've given up my control of wanting to assume or control the energies, particularly if they were to be used for my self-grandizing, which is what a lot of people do that are spiritual. They sell sessions where they can show you that they can levitate. Some people are telekinesis, they can move objects and they get money for that. You can do it, I'm not saying it's wrong, but all that I've done, I've said, you know what, even if the vortex was to open now, I think I'll walk in. I'm way beyond being surprised when it comes to this journey, but yeah, that's a good point, Lesejo. I really appreciate it. Nombuso, are you for real? Want us to speak about masturbation? Are you, is the libido out of control? It will be like, it's there, right there by you. I mean, no matter how much you want to run away, I mean, like, something just wants to go out, man. Prince Mkondo. Thank you very much, Prince, for the follow. So, by the way, I'm not selling any form of religion. I'm not selling any form of spirituality. I find myself having to say it over and over again because I get a little bit scared when people start believing me, because it comes up with a lot of shit of responsibility. All that I'm saying is I'll be sharing our books, I'll be sharing out my personal experience. You don't need to believe me for nothing. I mean, would you believe to something that looks like me? Believe in yourself, man. No gurus. No gobelas. Yeah. Even your pastor has to go, man. But I feel like it helps because we're afraid to acquire knowledge. Yeah, it helps. At the first stage, it helps, to get somebody to follow a little bit. Be like Kevin, following Guru. By the way, Kevin is heaven. Kevin, heaven. Believing in yourself is dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Oh. And when listen, you just told me now about extra psychic powers, and now you coming back and telling me that belief is dangerous. You see, that's why I took that approach. Sometimes you just need to trust the process. I believe in myself so much that I'm worried I'm viewed as a narcissist. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Hey, Abuti, thank you for the follow. Lesejo, if you haven't followed, I see 29 people here. And if you feel like you love what we're talking about and you want to donate to the brother, you're most welcome. I found the bestest way on how you can get your money's worth. Starting up with classes next week, Monday. It's 50 Rand a pop, 50 Rand a class. It's an hour. I'm going to be delivering 20 classes, 20 hours. I don't know, we're going to be dividing it somehow. So if you want to get into a bartering exchange, I'm prepared to open conversations. If you get me a 50 Rand airtime, you in for the class. So in that way, your conscious mind or your ego doesn't feel robbed. You feel like there's something money's worth, because that's how the conscious mind works. It's a brain of trading. And I have to say this, subconscious mind doesn't give a fuck about logic. You think 1 + 1 is 2. Subconscious mind says it's 200. So that's how the spirit works. I was just giving you a little bit of a taste. You're immortal, man. Yeah. Go check out Kendrick Lamar. There's a song there. The hook goes something like this: "Bitch, sit down. Be humble." Go listen to that Kendrick Lamar song. I mean, it's a beautiful song. Okay, In the meantime, before somebody asks me anything, let's go back a little bit to masturbation. Your sexual organs are not only meant to reproduce. You were not given the vagina or the penis just to make babies. Yeah, it's good, you can. But those became a physical instrument after we died in a spiritual form. Did it fly over the head or did it get in? I had low self-esteem and broken growing up. Now you busy now, you're like, yeah man, I came to get all my shit. Now or never. Yeah man, that's a beautiful comment, by the way. But there's this concept in Chinese medicine, they call it the dantians. You need to know, if you have too much pitta, you have too much fire. You have too much vita, you have too much water. So you need to play the balance. You always like too much mother, too much father, too much water, too much fire. By the way, fire is father, water is mother. So you like, sometimes you might be eating too many hot stuff. The reason why you now gravitating towards chilies is because the father, there's a lack of fire in your body, so you quench the father aspect with chilies. By the way, food has a lot to do with your psychological makeup, by the way. Those cravings are nothing but your spirit talking to you. It's like porn. It's like, hey man, you know that site that we saved? Oh, that video. Oh shit, man. Ooh, did you see what they did there? Oh my word. Now, you need to understand, once you have that sexual arousement and now masturbation starts calling, you need to now sit yourself down and ask yourself, wait a minute, what's happening here? Oh, I did the meditation in the morning. Or you could be, I'm wearing color red, because color red is about your sexual organs. It's your root chakra. So sometimes you might have seen a lot of red. Why do you think KFC has that color? Or McDonald's. Or Hungry Lion. Red. Red, it's a symbol of your subconscious mind. Subconscious mind, by the way, works with symbols. We're going to deal with that in a class. Especially the people that are doing the chakra work. You know, we got the chakra hands that are here. They'll be like, yeah, man, this is the year, my brother, I tell you. So that's how when then the spirit works and the balancing. So the masturbation part of it is, it has a lot to do with your self-worth. A lot of people tend to get the quenching or the healing from sex. How do you choose what you believe in the things you read? Okay, let's pause masturbation. Because anyway, nobody has paid for the subject, you know. Because I don't see anybody even sending a like. Let's pause it a little bit. Nombuso, I got you there, right? Let's speak about this Mrs. Charlo's question. What do you believe in? How do you choose what do you believe in the things you read? You know, how do I choose? Nothing. I want to show you something. This is a church book. You got that, right? This is a religion of Christianity. This is Hatha Yoga, the yoga of your well-being. This is self-help book by Napoleon Hill. This here is Bhakti Yoga. the highest form of yoga in Hinduism. This is the African calendar. No Christmas here. Yeah, man. So, what am I trying to show you? Hold on a minute. I'm trying to fix something quickly. Ihule kaofela mlimi. Mlimi ihule kaofela. Wonders of working from home. How do you like that? So, what I'm trying to say is, believe in nothing, read everything. This is a science of becoming a polymath. What's a polymath? A polymath is somebody like Leonardo da Vinci. They call him the Renaissance man. What does it mean? You become an adept on everything. Sex, astrology, mathematics, biology, mythology, candles, masturbation, kundalini, pituitary gland, yin and yang, astrophysicist. You learn about the sun, you learn about the moon, you learn about the plants, you learn about the colors. The world is your oyster. He who knows one book knows none. McNeil, what a way to enter. Hey, when are you? Every time when you get in, you're like KO. You know? But I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. At least the tafule ya tsutsuma. Oh, by the way, I'm taking up questions, McNeil. I did say that how about that boat so shapata food. So since when you hit up the table, we'll wait for your question. Oh, by the way, we're speaking about masturbation. Getting it from this book here, Dr. Ruth's Encyclopedia of Sex. It turns out that science now agrees that if you deny your child the pleasure to be pleasurable with themselves, you are stunting their growth psychologically. So I'll just get one or two questions, McNeil, but not a tough one. I know you. Hey, man. Hey. It's very dangerous. Yeah, everything is. I mean, what's not? Living alone is dangerous. And just to come with a spoiler alert, you're not going to get out of this life alive. That's why the Buddhists will tell you the best way for you to be enlightened is to think about death. Because really, really, you don't die. But the body goes. Whoa. You know, every time when I say that, a lot of people will be like, yeah, I've been telling them. But oh, the body goes, the body dies. It's a lease. It's like you got this on hire purchase. It's like when you buy a car, you go to the bank for them to give you a loan. You loaned this. Somebody owns this. And if you don't know who's that, the earth. You didn't find it here, you came out of it. That's where Chinese and or the East will always argue with the West. The West think that they create the people that are in the West. They think that they found the earth here, but the people in the East, they tell you that we are the product of the earth. Who are the people of the East? You know, almost those Indians and stuff. But primarily, all the teaching came from Africa, and everybody then dispersed. You know, your Mayans, your Incas, Mesopotamia, you know that history, it's so long and it's tiring. The long and short of it is, all the shit came from us, and everybody then had their piece, even including the law of attraction. Can you believe it? I will close up with that. I'm on tomorrow 6 o'clock in the morning, so don't worry if I didn't finish some of the subjects. You can join in tomorrow 6 o'clock. I'm doing it normally for 3-4 hours on Saturday. But if obviously you're not too much of a cheapskate, you know, always every time when I speak about money, you know, people are like, you can sign up for a class, 50 Rand a class, in case you just don't want to give me money just for that, you know, even though I've shared information that is worth like 10,000 with the books that we've recommended here. I know that conscious people don't play like that. You want to lose them, speak about the wallet. You know, once you just, everything is fine. You can speak about all the chakras, because the moment when you speak about it, like, whoo, brother, don't go there, you know. You know, so you know, there's a lot of people that can help you with that, you know. I really don't know, because Linda here, I'm still trying to get it, particularly when it comes to the money stuff, you know, Ubermensch. Right. But can somebody please remind me, what is it that I just spoke about now? There's just a lot happening in my mind. Oh yeah, I was talking about signing up for the class. So you can sign up for the class. We're starting next week, Monday. Our classes are going to be in the evening. We're working around the times. We're going to have it 3 times a week. So it will be Monday, the Wednesday, and the Friday. I know that you got some shit tight schedules, but try to squeeze it in somehow. But then if you want to be doing it on the side, I do also provide one-on-one sessions. Nothing psychic there. I'm going to be giving you shit ton amount of books. I don't have any healing. Out of stock. Mainly because the healing that you've been looking for, you have it already. What is your interpretation about the quote in the Bible? Genesis 1:26. Let's go then. My Bible. Ay, my network is going to not idea. It must not do that to you, my brother. But let me see. I'll finish up actually with this. Genesis 1:26. Come, let's go. What does it say, man? I told you about the quality of questions. You know? But it's fine. Let's answer it. Genesis 1:26. Let me read it quickly. I'll read it from the King James. And God said, let us make man in our image and after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Okay, what a concept. Hold on, I'm looking for a different translation. Hold on. Oh yeah. So you still here, McNell? Genesis 1:26. I wouldn't want you to miss this. And we find ourselves paging Bibles, you know. I'm reading from the Message Bible. God spoke, let us make human being in our image, make them reflecting our nature, so they can be responsible for the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the cattle, and yes, the earth itself, and every animal that moves on the face of the earth. For me to start with, nje hadikala, this text has a shit ton amount of alchemy written over it. What is alchemy? Alchemy, it's looked at as the highest form of science, according to the Chemicians, or the Egyptians. What is alchemy? Alchemy is the science of changing something from the base state to the high state. Negative, positive. Lead, gold. Ego, soul. But now, before you can get to the higher state, you have to have the lower state. What controls the lower state? To start with, what is the lower state? Lower state, it's anything that is visible with your five senses. Anything that is physical, all it means is it's low in a sense of the vibrations or the waves that make it up stood still. They call them standing waves. That's what you are. You think you're just a person. Because I know a lot of people that just think, now me, I thought I was just a person, No, you are an energy machine. You and the pyramid are the same thing. It is said that a human being can generate 25 BTUs. BTUs is British something something. This is the energy that feeds the entity that created you. Oh, sorry. This text has alchemy all over it. So what controls anything that is physical? 4 elements. Water, fire, earth, air. Now, this scripture, it says, when man was formulated in our own kind and likeness, let's leave the identity for now, because the identity story as well, it's a bit of an issue. That's why it's not all religions that has the face of God. Islam, for one. Islam doesn't have the face of God. Hebrews didn't have the name of God. That's why you get in a book of Isaiah, I am that I am. What? You're like, who are you? Who should we say sent us? He says, I am that I am. You're like, oh my word. Is this some crazy person or what? That's who God is. It's a big concept. You can't contain it. A lot of people, it is said in this book here, a lot of people could not handle the concept of God, so they gave it names. That's how big it is. So leave the image for now. It might be very confusing. Because your image is right, my image is right. Spoiler alert, no more argument. Why argue? So the scripture for me, from what I understand, is a man was a formation of lehlabathi, mollo, metsi, moya. You master those 4 elements. By the way, fire and air are your masculine elements. Water and earth are your feminine elements. Your body from top down, from your waist down, that's your mother. From your waist up, that's your father. The front, it's the mother. The back, it's the father. They call it, according to Chinese medicine, conception vessel and generating vessel. So you have all those 4 elements in you ranging around. Even your brain is like that. So once you master those elements, you have the dominion over the earth. That's a science of alchemy. Philosopher's stone. Fountain of youth. Like, yeah, the 5th element, you can go to town, bruh. You can call it a soul, you can call it a spirit, you can also call it Jesus. For me, I'll call it chaos. You see even here, cash from chaos. That's why my wife hates this top, It's not a glorified top. Is that top that will say, whoo, you, heaven, no going. So long as I understand that heaven is here, I choose to do whatever that I want to do. And can you believe it? Since you guys have been with me, I've never pointed a finger at the government, pointed a finger at the church, pointed a finger at my wife, pointed a finger at anybody to blame. All the fingers have been pointing to my ass. That is shadow work. Singaivala. Or is there something a bit burning in your heart? Or you still want me to linger around for you to bless me while I pick up my books? That's the soul. Prince Mukondo. Whitney, Abuti liked the live. Thank you. So this is what we're gonna do. As usual, tomorrow I'm on 6 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to join in about the gibbresh that we're talking about here, which is absolutely nothing, join us at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Follow the brother. If you want to know more about the classes, send me a WhatsApp. My numbers are right here on this platform. And yeah, man, if you want to book up your session, send me a WhatsApp. Let's talk. Yeah, if you want to know more about the retreat, let me know so that we can send you some of the few things. Or by the way, there's a WhatsApp group where we're sending up books and stuff, There's no forwarded messages there. We're not selling any products. We're not passing messages like 30 people have to read this and you're going to go to heaven. Because people are going to laugh at you in that group. You're going to be sending that message and they're going to be like, oh, where did Sidiso get this one now from? No, I'm just teasing. We're not like that. We're very dignified people, We're just hurting a lot. But we're helping one another, And let me just send this shout out. For the people that have assisted me, Gabo, the air times, I know that I've been bothering your guys' ass. You can just imagine me having to do it all the time. It breaks my heart, Because I'm looking at your bank and I'm thinking, oh, where would they get it from? But nonetheless, for the people that have done it, you guys are nothing but the stars. For your guys' audience, there's 30 people here. I know that you haven't followed me. Follow me. You'll hear it tomorrow. Or go check out my videos. And also go check out my YouTube. I'm on a quest now. Self-appointed. Nobody appointed my ass. I'm on a quest of proving that God is black and she's a woman. Big project, I know. Why do you think I'm here? McNeil, thank you very much. Valencia, Galeboa. Prince, I see you. Yeah, I've read there a couple of times actually. So you guys should stay, I know Christians corrupted this, but it's a good word. You guys should stay blessed. And until we meet again, tomorrow 6 o'clock, it's not that far off. If you can't wait for the dose, hit me up on the side so that we can book a session. Done.